Well, my next guest, Dr Elaine Saunders, has been very involved in the science of hearing. She's also Managing Director and co-founder of Blamey Saunders Hears, a company that supplies affordable and effective hearing aids as well. And she's with me in the studio today. Hi there, Elaine.
Hello.
Well, interestingly, your father lost his hearing at an early age, didn't he? How did that impact on you as his daughter?
My dad did lose his hearing when he was quite young, really. He was in his 20s. I was a small child. And from my perspective, my dad was getting just a tad more embarrassing than anyone else's dad. I didn't really know what was happening. And when I was rather older, when I was in my teens, I became aware that he was quite deaf. And he found it quite challenging at work, I think, and in the end took early retirement. But he got me involved volunteering at a school for profoundly deaf children. And what I saw then was a whole group of children who really couldn't communicate. They weren't allowed to sign, this particular group, and they couldn't hear through their hearing aids. So I knew at that point that I wanted to do something in the field, but I really didn't know quite what or how I was going to make a difference.
Well, you pursued a degree in science and hearing as well. I guess you probably didn't even consider any other degree options, did you?
Not really. I wanted to do science because I thought that would be an opening and a good basis. I didn't quite know how I was going to work in the hearing field, but I had the opportunity to do a Master's in Audiological Science. That was in the UK, and that was the platform for me going forward and ultimately doing a PhD as well, and then spending my career in research and trying to help people hear better.
And of course, as you moved into commercialisation, you met Professor Peter Blamey. What was he doing at that time in the world of hearing, by the way?
That's right. We met in the Bionic Ear Institute, and Peter Blamey had invented a very advanced digital amplifier which ultimately became used in many hearing aids, cochlear implants and headsets. So my role was to help commercialise this. So we were able to spin off a company from that institute. It was actually owned by the Cooperative Research Centre for Cochlear Implant and Hearing Aid Innovation and by venture capital. So we didn't own it, but we took hearing aid technologies to all the hearing aid companies around the world. So it was really getting Australian technology out there.